Hello, this is Arunava Chaudhuri, and you are on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. Greetings from a beautiful and sunny London. But once more, I want to talk about Indian football and an interesting development that happened yesterday that first Sunil Chhetri and then a number of other players highlighted their plight, their situation in regard to the Indian Super League, that the league is on hold, that there is no clarity if and when the league would start. It seems like it is spreading. The fear factor, the factor of uncertainty, as I say, is spreading from one group to the other. I go back to what I've said a few months ago. I said it in April. I asked the question in April if the final of the ISL would be the last one. And at that time, no one really took it seriously, that there is a realistic risk of the ISL not happening because of the AIFF and FSDL, or let's say Reliance in general, not deciding on what to do with the extension of the master right agreement. And we are now in a situation, an unclear situation of where is this heading? And a crucial factor in regard to the running of a league, of teams, of clubs, are the people who work in that league. And one of the key factors of that are the football players. Without football players, we wouldn't have a beautiful game. And therefore, the message that Sunil, as the first one, put out clearly summed it up for me. So what did Sunil say? At the beginning, pre-season being delayed by 2 weeks, you know what? At my age, I'm actually quite happy with it. I've played international football, 2 weeks, extra break, extended. I didn't even eat healthy, a lot of cheat meals. It could help me. But then Sunil realized, like everybody else, you know what? This might not just be a 2-week delay. This might be a longer delay, or in the worst case scenario, the ISL might not happen. And this is something which is, I think, dawning on a lot of people. And even here in London, I've spoken to the one other person who was asking me about it. He said, is the Indian Super League dead? I mean, that is a straight question that I'm being asked by people who work in international football. So what Sunil said, and then, as I say, other players came out as well, clearly shows the fears of the players, of the coaches, support staff, people who work in operations, match day, people who work for FSDL Reliance. There are thousands of jobs who are on the line in the Indian Super League. Now, some people will say, you know what? The players don't deserve better. The players are on such high salaries that who cares? Who bothers? But it isn't just about the players, or some will say overpaid players. It is about a whole ecosystem which has been built over the last 11 years. And that is something which should not be forgotten, that if the ISL is only delayed, then that is fine. If by any chance the ISL 25-26 season is not played, what happens? Does then the clubs come forward, or even FSDL come forward and say, you know what, a force majeure situation, we don't pay you? Because that is something which is within the rights of the clubs of the league. And what happens? It is the way it is. The first thing that needs to happen is, when will the Supreme Court finally make a judgment on the AIFF constitution? What kind of impact does that have on, can Reliance run the ISL further, or does it have to be in the hands of the AIFF, which, again, as per international rules and regulations, is something which happens nowadays nowhere. I was just speaking a little while ago to someone who knows governance quite well and operates in the Premier League, and he says, listen, most of the leagues around the world are nowadays separate private entities than the National Federation. They are often even funded by third parties. So these are questions that need to be answered. I've as I've said, also have received messages from players who are asking if they could go on extended training camps abroad. And we will have to wait and see. It's a very, very tricky, it's a very, very dangerous situation that Indian football finds itself in. And I do hope that some kind of solution is found to this. What do you guys think about Sunil and other players putting out those messages? What do you think about the situation in regard to the ISL? As always with these things, write those things down in the comments below. And as always, like, share and subscribe Arun Foot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias. Visit arunfoot.com. And greetings from London. This is Arunava Chaudhuri.